Alrighty, we're back. Bottom of the first now. Raiders up to bat now, and that'll be the leadoff hitter, number 15, the pitcher, Martha Miller. And the pitch from Springer, right down the middle for a strike. Next pitch is digging for Springer, just inside, even the count at 1-1. Kind of an anticipated matchup between Miller and Springer. Both sophomores, both dominant on the mound, or in this inner circle, I should say. Fouled back on Miller in that pitch, and she's behind in the count, 1-2. I think was told Springer's got 101 innings pitched with about 126 strikeouts. Interesting enough, she's got 1 save this year as a starting pitcher. And the pitch in from Springer, the breaking ball, and that's going to get Miller. She goes down on strikes, and that'll be out number 1. So Miller goes down on strikes, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Allie Paulson. Another sophomore, another underclassman in the Medford Raiders lineup. So Paulson will dig in here. Springer will come in the pitch. A little bit high, that'll be ball 1. Springer's older sister, Kennedy, is the first baseman. Springer digs in, pitch. And that'll be right down the middle for a strike. 1-1, counts even. Actually, the scoreboard was on. It should be. Yep, it is 1-1. Ball was high there, so 2-1. Scoreboard actually was reset there, so the count did say 1-1, 1-0-2. Now we're actually back to the original count of 2-1. Springer with the pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Doyle, and that'll be strike 2. 2-2. Springer will dig in, pitch. Ball is hit towards the right field foul ball line. Oh, and not quite caught by the right fielder, Kate Boss, the freshman, and that'll be a foul ball. So Paulson stays alive here in the count. 2-2, 1 out. Bottom of the first, still scoreless here. Nice big gathering of fans here for playoff softball. And the pitch from Springer's in. Chopper down to the second baseman, and which will be fielded and recorded for an out, and that'll be the second out. Nice defensive play by Lexus Miller for Hayward, the junior. And Paulson is down. So they'll bring up with 2 outs. The first baseman, Larissa Klapatuskas. Let's go, Red! She had 2 home runs against Ashland on Monday evening in their regional win. First pitch is a little high, we ball 1, as I fall behind on my scoreboard here. First time I've actually had to handle all duties by myself since football. Pitch from Springer's in, ball's a little high, and Klapatuskas is ahead on the count 2-0. Steven and I had the game, I believe it was Mosinee, one of the last regular season games, and Klapatuskas had a home run that as well, and she drills that pitch hard, foul ball just to the concession stand, and the count will go 2-1. So in about a 3-week span, Larissa Klapatuskas has 3 home runs in this solid lineup for the Raiders. Winds the pitch, Springer, foul back again for Klapatuskas. 2-2, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss pitch from Springer, strike 3, and that will end the inning. So Klapatuskis is down on strikes, 2 strikeouts that inning for Riley Springer. And that'll be due up now, the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Hayward, which will be Miller, Zawistowski, and Springer, Miller, and Zawistowski. Stay with us. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, top of second, your way. All right, welcome back here. Kennedy Springer, the pitcher, will lead off here, top of second. Older sister of pitcher Riley Springer. Miller will dig in here. And that first pitch is just a little outside, and it'll be a ball. 1-0 on the count here. Apologize if we weren't up live right away. Otherwise, it's just been a close defensive game so far, and a swing and a miss there on Springer, and the count will be 1-1. Miller looked to continue her dominance on the mound. Three batters faced in the first inning, 3 Ks, and she winds the next pitch way high over the head of her catcher, Allie Wesley, and she'll fall behind in the count, 2-1. Miller already getting looks from UW-Milwaukee and UWGB as a sophomore, and she will travel all throughout the summer playing softball for a traveling team, and a swing and a miss by Springer will even the count at 2-2. Gotta wonder by the end of the summer how many more looks she will get from other D2 and D1 schools, as she only goes into her junior season this next year. She's got plenty of ball and plenty of time to dominate the GNC Conference. With the windup, Miller dishes. That ball will be high, and that'll run the count full. Stephen and I tried doing a little bit of research on Hayward, 16-6 in the heart of the North Conference up north. Miller will dish this next pitch, and that'll be right in there for a strike, and that's the 4th strikeout already for Martha Miller. 4 batters faced, 4 strikeouts.
Next up, number 6, Lexus Miller.
And that'll lead up Lexus Miller, the second baseman. Lexus Miller Jr., so she of course will contend for Hayward's next year's team, and she will bunt right back to Miller, who will dish it out, and the throw is wide, and Miller is going to be safe at first, and we're going to have our first plate appearance. So unfortunately, that will probably go as an error. It was playable. So that'll bring up Zawistowski. I'll try to get that name right as well. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 1. Wesley to second. To Paulson. So Miller ahead on the count on this one, to Allie Zawistowski Jr., the left fielder. And the pitch from Miller digs in, swing and a miss, and it'll be 0-2. Miller winds up, and the pitch, fall back, and the count will stay 0-2. Zawistowski's hanging in there. Miller considered one of the top pitchers north of Highway 29. And the wind. Ball is high, pops out of the glove of Wesley. And Lexus Miller is going to get to second base on the wild pitch. And the runner will advance. So Lexus Miller will be on second base here for the Hayward Hurricanes. Miller will try to finish off Zawistowski here in this at-bat as she winds, throws, swing and a miss, and that'll be another strikeout. So the 5th strikeout for Martha Miller, 2 outs, and that'll lead up the right fielder Kate Boss, the freshman. As said before, plenty of underclassmen here on this Hurricane roster. And Miller will wind the pitch. And that'll be chopped down to the first baseman, Larissa Klapatuskas, but that's just going to get foul. So 0-1 on the count so far. Was pretty close. Very close. Ball just got to the foul side of the line as Klapatuskas picked it up. Now, she would have picked it up in the fair territory. She would have had that put out. And the pitch from Miller, playing it shallow inside, pops out of the glove of Wesley, but nothing there. It'll be 0-2. Klausnitzer at third base was playing a little shallow for Medford. So 0-2, 2 outs. Martha Miller looking to finish the inning here. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And that will end the inning. So one runner was stranded there for Hayward. And we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we will have for Medford Morgan Higley, or excuse me, Delaney Klausnitzer, Morgan Higley, and Michaela Ulrich. Stay with us.
Nicolay Bank is now offering their Real Rewards checking. Want your checking account to work for you? Sign up for the Real Rewards checking and get 3% APY each month on account balances up to $10,000. Terms and conditions apply. Check out nicolaybank.com for more details.
And welcome back. Matt Wenzel here of Sports on Focus, bringing you WIAA Regional Softball Final coverage here in Medford, Wisconsin. The number 1 seed Medford Raiders taking on the number 5 seed Hayward Hurricanes. Medford finishing off Ashland on Monday to advance, while Hayward defeated the Rice Lake Warriors to advance this game as well. So leading off here in the bottom of the second inning, we have the third baseman Delaney Klausnitzer. And Riley Springer looking to dig in again, and the pitch. Change up top, it'll be a little high, ball 1. And the pitch from Springer will come in. That ball will be inside. So Klausnitzer had on the count on this one, 2-0. Medford looking to get their first appearance on the base pass so far. And Springer will wind up. And the pitch. Ball low and outside. 3-0 on the count so far to Klausnitzer. Good opportunity for Medford to have their first base runner so far in this early going. And the pitch from Springer. And that pitch will catch the inside corner for a strike. Pitcher's battle so far between Miller and Springer. And the windup from Springer. And that ball is chopped to the first baseman. And that'll be out number 1. So Klausnitzer chopped a little runner there to the first baseman, Kennedy Springer, the sister of Riley Springer. And that'll bring up Morgan Higley, the center fielder. Michaela Ulrich on deck for the Raiders, and the pitch from Springer comes in, showing bunt there for Higley. Higley's going to run it. Bunt back to Springer, and she will have the out at first. 2 down for the Hurricanes. So far, a nice defensive battle here so far in this regional final game. And that's going to bring up Michaela Ulrich, the right fielder. On deck, Red Rush, the left fielder. Ulrich digs in, showing bunt, and will be fouled back, strike 1. So Coach Burnt looking to get just trying to get some base runners in, and then looking to get a nice hit, try to advance the bases or get ahead early here. You do a lot of bunting on this Medford softball team. Comes in very handy though for Coach Burnt's strategy. And the pitch comes in for Springer. Bunt on the left field foul ball line. And she's gonna be safe as the play comes in late. That was Maddie Bergschneider, the freshman. Couldn't get the handle on it. And Ulrich is safe at first with the first hit of the game. Excuse me, as I said, Ulrich. So nice job by Michaela Ulrich to get the bunt to first base. And that'll bring up Rin Rush with Katie Brame, the designated player, on deck. And the pitch, Rin Rush showing bunt, pulls back, and Ulrich tries to steal second, and she will get there. So Michaela Ulrich steals second, and it's 1-0 on the count so far to left fielder Rin Rush. And Springer will look to dig in, try to finish this inning off for the Hurricanes. And the pitch, right down the middle for a strike. That'll even the count at 1-1. Katie Brame with plenty of power on the on-deck circle. And the catcher, Allie Wesley, will be in the hole right after Brame. Swing and a miss there on Rush, and that is, she'll fall behind on the count 1-2. So 1-2, 2 outs. Still scoreless here at the bottom of the second. Riley Springer looking to finish the inning off for Hayward. Pitch is high, and that'll even the count at 2-2. Beautiful day for softball. Not too hot, not too cool, just perfect. Wind has died down since first pitch. And the pitch from Springer. Rin Rush fouls it back right behind the bleachers. Count still stays 2-2. Kayla Ulrich, the runner at second. Rin Rush looking to get her home for the first run of the game. And the pitch for Springer, breaking ball, little high, and that is going to run the count full. Big pitch here in the bottom of the second inning. And the pitch from Springer. Rin Rush stays alive, follows that one back. Good at bat here for Rin Rush, the junior. As stated, pitcher's duel so far between Miller and Springer. And Springer with the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball, and Rin Rush will take first base on the walk. Oh, and she's going to steal second as the Hurricane defense isn't paying attention. And with the walk, Rin Rush actually makes it to second base. Ulrich at third. We got runners in scoring position for the power hitter, Katie Brame.
Katie Brame.
Allie Wesley, the catcher, on deck. So Medford with 2 outs. Good opportunity to get some runners in and get an early lead on this going. Pitch from Springer. Chopper up to the shortstop, and it's passed! And there's going to be our first run of the game and a hit by Brame. She's going to two-run score so far. And Katie Brame with a 2-out double that scores Rush and Ulrich. Medford strikes first in this ball game. Two-out double for Katie Brame.
Allie Wesley.
Scores Rin Rush and Michaela Ulrich. 2-0 Medford. And the first pitch is in there for a strike to the catcher, Allie Wesley. Hope Fod, the flex, second baseman on deck. Martha Miller will be back in the hole for the Raiders. Pitch for Springer, and that's chopped to right center field for Wesley. And oh, it's dropped by the right fielder. And we have a run scored. Bramel score. Wesley rounds second into third base. And Medford is up 3-0. The right fielder for the Hurricanes, Kate Boss, could not come down with that. That will be an error. And that'll bring up the flex second baseman, Hope Fod, as the umpire adjusts his mask. So it looked like it was going to be the third out. Kate Boss, the freshman, could come up with that one, and it gave up extra bases for Allie Wesley. And suddenly, just a tight defensive game so far has turned into a 3-run lead for the Raiders. Actually, Martha Miller digs in. Sorry, I had that wrong in the lineup. But she will ground out to Miller at second base, and that'll end the inning. So forgive me, I'm trying to get my softball rules compared to my baseball rules down. But with that being said, we're going to take a short break. Stay with us for the top of the third inning coming up. For Hayward, we'll bet the third baseman, Bandy Bergschneider, Bria Lunston, and then Avery Chukka for the top of the order. Stay with us.
First date? We get it. Extra snacks? We get it. Big purchase? We get it. Spend your money your way with a checking account from Prevail Bank.
Welcome back. Top 3 inning, fast-paced ball game so far. Top of the third inning, and we're only about 22 minutes into this one. I should say we actually started before 5 o'clock. About 4:55 or so is when the first pitch was thrown. So Martha Miller so far today, 6 strikeouts with 7 batters faced, and she will see Maddie Bergschneider, the freshman third baseman. And bunt on the left foul ball line. Klausitzer gets it. Oh, not quite. That play was very close, and Bergschneider's going to get a hit off that one. And that'll be the first hit for the Hayward Hurricanes. That looked like a really nice play by Klausitzer, and just not in time. And that'll bring up Bria Lunston, the center fielder. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Wesley checks Bergschneider at first base. Bria Lunston, one of the 5 seniors on this Hayward Hurricane roster. And the pitch from Miller comes in. She bunts right back to Miller. Miller is going to throw the play at second. And it's caught by Paulson, and that'll be an out. So fielder's choice there for Lunston. And we're back at the top of the order for the Hurricanes. Avery Chukka.
Now back up the leader,
the shortstop.
Avery Chukka.
One of the 4 freshmen on Hayward's roster. Plenty of youth for both teams as they look to be dominant in their respective conferences the next couple years. And that pitch looks to be a little low. Wesley will check Bergschneider at first base again. Chukka looking to dig in again. Miller with the pitch. And she's going to foul this one back. Our ump has been very quiet, though, on his updated count number. Sometimes we can't exactly hear, or he sees his signs what he puts. So sometimes I go off of our field scoreboard, which we're actually 1 pitch behind. Pitch from Miller. Pitch will be inside, and that'll be a ball. Actually, that was right. It is 2-1 now. I said the field scorer was 1 pitch behind, so it's 2-1 to Chucka. Bergschneider at first base. Pitch from Miller. She's going to hit that to second baseman up the line, and the tag is made at second, but the throw is late to first base. So another fielder's choice. This one to Chucka. So the nice out made by Hope Fod. And that'll bring up 2 outs for the catcher, Soile Doyle.
Now batting, number 15, Soile Doyle.
Soile. I will get this pronunciation right at some point. So Doyle, the senior catcher, number 2 hitter in the lineup, looking to keep Hayward alive. Only had 1 runner in scoring position so far in the pitch from Miller. And that pitch will be in the upper corner for a strike. Six strikeouts so far for Martha Miller here through the top of the 3rd. 2 3/4 innings pitched so far. Doyle will dig in, the pitch from Miller, and Doyle will follow that one back towards vehicles. Of course, if you need good insurance for your vehicle, Clincher Insurance is there for your insurance needs, automobile, house, life, etc. Great sponsor of Sports on Focus here for Medford Athletics. And the pitch for Miller, foul back again for Doyle as she hangs in there, 0-2. So throughout today's broadcast, forgive me if I'm behind either with our scoreboard updates or cameras. I'm pulling double duty probably for the first time since I've worked with On Focus in almost a year. And the pitch from Miller. Pitch is low, but it's dropped. Strike 3, throw at first. Either way, it's the 3rd out. So then we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll have Paulson, Klapatuskas, and Clausnitzer due up after this short break.
Clincher Insurance, you know you want to protect your business. The Clincher Insurance team will help you choose the insurance package and plan that fits you and your business. At Clincher Insurance, protecting your business is our top priority.
All right, welcome back. Quick update from the Raiders baseball team. Currently, my last update was 15 minutes ago with Steven Okonek and Sports on Focus as well on the call. 0-0 at the end of 1. And we're 3-0 Medford here in this one, bottom of the 3rd. As we will have the 2-3-4 hitters to start for the Raiders. Allie Paulson, her last at bat, grounded out to the second baseman, Lexus Miller. She's 0-1. Martha Miller so far 0-for-2 with the strikeout and a ground out as well. So Medford got 3 runs that last inning. Michaela Ulrich bunted to get on base. Then Rin Rush walked.
All right, now back.
Defense was sleeping for the Hurricanes, and both runners advanced to second and third, where Katie Brame hit a 2-out double. And Brame scored off the air from the right fielder, Kate Boss, where Allie Wesley got on, and then Riley Springer with the pitch over the head of her catcher, Soile Doyle. And we'll have a 1-0 count for Allie Paulson.
There you go, there you go. Big thing, Maddie. She's up with the box.
Allie Paulson chokes up high in her bat, mostly contact hitter. And she's going to bunt that one right there. And it's outside the batter's box. Ooh, and it hits her as the throw from Doyle. And she's going to be safe at first base. Very, very interesting play. You do not see that often. The bunt was just outside the batter's box, prevented it from a foul ball. And the throw from Doyle hit the back of Paulson as she hit first base, so she's safe. So that'll be a hit for Allie Paulson. And that'll bring up Larissa Klapatuskas, the first baseman. First pitch from Springer's in, and a high fly ball to the shortstop, which will be caught by Avery Chukka. So one down here in the bottom of the third inning. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Delaney Klausnitzer. And the pitch from Springer. Breaking ball high, and that'll be ball one. Springer looking to dish in. She winds. Pitch is there, a little bit high and inside, and that'll be a 2-0 count for Delaney Klausnitzer. Klausnitzer grounded out to the first baseman, her first at bat. She's 0 for 1. And the pitch, ball inside, be 3-0. If I'm not mistaken, Klausnitzer had a 3-0 count her first at bat. So looking to work ahead early. And the pitch from Springer. Pitch is high, and Klausnitzer will take first on the walk. And Coach Burnt will call timeout as he talks to Morgan Higley. We'll see if they look to bunt or not. And we will get a courtesy runner for Klausnitzer, and that'll be number 8, Chloe Werner. So Chloe Werner will be the courtesy runner at first base, as our umpire currently adjusts his notes. Interesting trying to pull double duty, not only running the camera and the computer as a producer, but also doing play-by-play stats, the whole work. So it's interesting challenge. Now showing bunt is Higley. She pulls it back high for a ball. So we'll see if Higley looks to show bunt again to Springer. She will. Bunts it down the third base line. Bobbled by Bergschneider, and it's going to be safe at first. Oh, there's a jump. But not paying attention for Hayward as Allie Paulson comes in to score. They were worried about trying to get that out to Higley. Higley is actually safe, but not paying attention. Paulson comes back around, and it's 4-0 Raiders. So that'll be a hit for Morgan Higley. Brings up Michaela Ulrich. She shows bunt, and that'll pop back for a foul ball. So Michaela Ulrich last time bunted for a hit, and she scored the first run of the game for the Raiders. Scored off Katie Brame's double. So 0-1 on the count. Springer with the pitch, showing bunt again. Pass ball again, and runners advance. And we have both Klausnitzer and Higley at second and third respectively. So 1-1 the count so far for Michaela Ulrich, who is at right field for Coach Burns' lineup. And the pitch from Springer, showing bunt again, and it's fouled away. So 1-2 on the count, and you would probably think Ulrich is looking to hit away now, as Coach Burton tries to give her directions.
Kayla, what is it? See the bat, see the ball.
Allie Paulson has the Medford Raider run here in the bottom of the third. Ulrich digs in, the pitch from Springer, swing and a miss, and that will be strike 3. So strike 3 for Ulrich. Second out. And Rin rush up the bat, and she will just get that one, not quite into fair territory, foul ball. Strike one for Rin Rush. Rin Rush, her last at bat, she walked and then caught the Hayward Hurricane defense sleeping and took second base, and then scored the next at bat when Katie Brame hit her second inning double. So 0-1 to Rush. Riley Springer looking to dig in and get out of this inning. Rin Rush fouls it back. 0-2 here. A lot of games for Medford this season. They get a lot of contributions from midway to the bottom of their order. Very balanced from 1 to 9 or 10. And the pitch from Springer. Oh, the breaking ball got Rin Rush, and that'll be strike 3 to end the inning. So, we're through the bottom of the third inning, going into the top of the fourth. Due up next inning, this next inning for Hayward. Springer, and Miller. 4-0 Medford. Stay with us. We're going to take a short break. All right, we're back here. Matt Wenzel here through Sports on Focus, bringing you WIAA regional final softball between the host number 1 seed Medford Raiders and the number 5 seed the Hayward Hurricanes. Medford struck in the second inning after a defensive battle in the first. Katie Brame had a 2 RBI double that drove in Michaela Ulrich and Rin Rush to bring the score 2-0. Katie Brame then scored off an air to make it 3-0, and Allie Paulson got on with a bunt hit, eventually then scored. So leading off will be the pitcher, Riley Springer. And the pitch from Miller. Ball just outside. And Springer will go ahead on the count 1-0. So our anticipated pitcher's battle going on, except Springer on the mound. And the hit, fair ball down the third base line for Springer. And she's going for 2. And the throw, and it's not going to be in time from Rush out in left field, and Riley Springer is going to be in with a double. So the Hurricanes here strike early in the fourth. I think Coach Burns talking over to see if that ball actually was more in foul territory. And we're going to see a courtesy runner here for the Hurricanes. And it looks like number 2, Maddie Lyons, the senior, will come on in for Riley Springer.
Pinch runner, Maddie Lyons for the Hurricanes.
So 2-base hit for Springer. She's now 1 for 2 as she struck out her first at-bat in the first inning. And that'll bring up her sister, Kennedy Springer, who struck out in the second inning. She will look to drive her teammate, Maddie Lyons, who is a new courtesy runner, in. So Kennedy Springer will dig in. Miller looks to pitch. And that ball is going to be inside for a ball. Actually, that was a strike. It's hard to hear with my headphones on as I'm hearing my background noise. So it'll be 0-1 on the count for Miller against Kennedy Springer, the first baseman. Miller will look to dig in. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. Quick throw back to Miller from Allie Wesley to make sure that Lyons isn't advancing to the extra spot. Second time so far Hayward's gotten to scoring position. So no outs yet. Hayward looking to strike for the first time this game. And the pitch from Miller. And Springer will follow that one back. Just onto the road. And she stays alive this at bat. I thought maybe Greg Klapatuskas would have had that catch over there, but not quite. Girls varsity basketball coach for the Medford Raiders, father of first baseman Larissa Klapatuskas. And Miller will dig this pitch in, swing and a miss, drop ball, checks the third baseman. Allie Westwood will throw to first and will get the runner, but Lyons will take that stride and she will get to third base. So Springer strikes out for the first out. But Maddie Lyons will get to third base. And that'll bring up Lexus Miller, the second baseman. And Coach Burns going to take a time here and talk to Miller with the infield. Probably don't see that too often, though, that Coach Burns has to kind of talk strategy with Martha Miller, as she usually takes care of her own. Only one out here. So we'll see if Miller can make the hole here, or Hayward has a chance to strike for the first time this game. I apologize, we didn't get to show the Medford 2-minute highlight versus Ashland from Monday. Trying to get settled in with rosters and stats, the whole works. So I apologize, and I will actually get that in towards the end of our broadcast today. So Miller will dig in, one out. Maddie Lyons, her teammate on third base, and the pitch from Miller. Shows bunt, but that ball will go back for a strike. So that was a good pitch there by Martha Miller. Miller couldn't find the ball. Clausnitz are playing way in there down the third base line. 0-1 here. Any sign of contact, Lyons is going in. The pitch from Miller. Bunt from Lexus Miller will fall back, and that'll be strike two. So Lexus Miller, we'll see. She's looking to swing away here. I didn't get the official stat counts for Martha Miller's seasonal strikeout total, but I heard it was near about 150. Have to get an official number on that. But Miller with the pitch. Pitch is way up. Wild pitch, and that's going to bring in Maddie Lyons, and she will score, and that's the first run of the game for the Hayward Hurricanes. So a wild pitch will score in Maddie Lyons. And that's 4-1 now, Medford. So 1-2 here for Lexus Miller, the second baseman for the Hurricanes. And the pitch from Miller, and a swing and a miss from Lexus Miller. And that'll be an out. So Martha Miller with another strikeout, 2 outs. And that'll bring up number 13, the left fielder, Allie Zawistowski. And the pitch from Martha Miller, and that'll be in there for a strike. Eight strikeouts so far for Martha Miller in 4 3/4 innings. Swing and a miss. The pitch is in the inside, and it'll be an 0-2 count for Zawistowski. Four hits for the Raiders so far to 2 for Hayward. Both teams have 1 error. 0-2 count here, 2 outs, top of the 4th. And the pitch from Martha Miller, inside, and that'll be ball 1. Allie Zawistowski looking to keep the inning alive for Hayward after Maddie Lyons scores the first run for Hayward off a double by Riley Springer to start the inning, and that'll be a high pitch for Martha Miller. Brings the count even at 2-2 for Allie Zawistowski. Martha Miller looking to finish this inning off for the Raiders. And the pitch from Miller, and a swing, and that hit's gonna go up the middle, and that'll be a base hit for Allie Zawistowski, and the inning stays alive for the Hurricanes. 1 base hit for Zawistowski. Just the 3rd hit for the Hurricanes. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Kate Boss. Coach Julie Zawistowski kind of giving orders for Hayward. Would assume her daughters are both Beth and Allie Zawistowski. And the pitch from Martha Miller. Ball is low and outside. It's going to get past Wesley, and Zawistowski will take second base on the wild pitch. 1-0. Actually, it was a strike. Very interesting there. But 0-1 here for Kate Boss. Zawistowski on second. The pitch from Miller. And a swing and a miss will bring up strike two. Zawistowski might see a hit and run here, though. Especially with 2 outs. Hayward needing to not fall behind too much, especially with Medford's top of the order will come up pretty quick here for the Raiders next inning. So Boss, just a freshman, looking to dig in, keep the inning alive for the Hurricanes. And the pitch from Miller. Oh, pitch was almost there. That'll be a ball one. Just inside. Location looked really good there in that pitch. Almost a for sure strike three. But Kate Boss will have another chance to bring in another run. Pitch from Martha Miller, high, brings up ball two. One thing I've noticed with Medford softball this year is when Allie Wesley is back behind the plate, she does a great job of checking in runners who get kind of antsy, looking to take that next base. And the pitch from Miller, swing and a miss from Kate Boss, and that will end the inning. Martha Miller, her 9th strikeout here so far, and that'll bring up the bottom of the 4th, where we'll have Katie Brame, Allie Wesley, and I would think Martha Miller will then be due back up. So we'll take a quick break, and we will bring you the next inning for the Raiders.
Hi, I'm Andrew from Northside Computers, US Cellular, and I want to introduce you to a new product today. This is the Arlo Go Cam. This camera uses cellular connections, that way you don't even need to have Wi-Fi to use it. And on top of that, it can last up to 3 weeks in any weather outside. This device will also send alerts right to your phone whenever it detects any action in front of it. So why don't you come down to US Cellular, Northside Computers, and check it out.
How do you know your business is properly insured? Clinner Insurance Agents are your focused local insurance experts for commercial insurance. At Clinner Insurance, protecting your business is our top priority.
Clinner Insurance.
Welcome back here, bottom of the 4th, fast-paced game so far. Well, a little after 5:45. Bottom 4. Raiders hold a 4-1 lead. Hayward got their first run last inning. Doubled by the pitcher Riley Springer. Courtesy runner then belonged to Maddie Lyons, and she got in on a hit from Allie Zawistowski. And that'll bring up Katie Brame to start this inning to go up against Riley Springer. First pitch from Springer. That ball's going to be outside, and Brame will start ahead on the count 1-0. Katie Brame's last at-bat was the big play so far for the Raiders, as she had a 2 RBI double. And the pitch from Springer, swing and a miss, hard cut from Brame, and the count is even and out at 1-1. So far, our Sports on Focus coverage we've had of Medford softball this season, we've seen probably 2 or 3 games where Katie Brame was either had hits off the wall that were nearly home runs, as that breaking ball is way high. And that count will go to 2-1. So Katie Brame almost could be at Larissa Klapatuskis' amount for home runs as well. And the pitch from Springer will come in. That ball is fouled back, and the count is back to even at 2-2. Katie Brame looking to get this Medford run started again. And the pitch from Springer. That pitch is high up behind home plate. And that's going to hit the backstop, and that's going to go back to foul territory. So the at-bat for Katie Brame stays alive. In fact, the interesting part where the fence lines goes diagonally, it almost got caught in the backstop. But now the pitch from Springer will come in. High pitch, swing and a miss for Brame, and that'll be out number 1. That'll be the 5th strikeout for Riley Springer so far, and that'll bring up the catcher, Allie Wesley. After Wesley, we have the top of the order where Martha Miller will be on deck. Wesley showing bunt. Brings it back. Pitch is high, ball one. Allie Wesley reached on base her last at bat on error. Got to third base, but couldn't quite get home. Pitch from Springer, high again, ball two. Plate discipline is always a big thing for the Raiders too. They always have it. They're always patient up at the plate. And the pitch for Wesley, ball's in there right for a strike. 2-1 for the catcher, Allie Wesley. One of the few seniors on this Raider team. Showing bunt, pulls it back. And the pitch inside. Ooh, that was a strike. It looks like it was inside, but that'll even the count 2-2. Count 2-2, one out. Allie Wesley here. Breaking ball, but it's grounded out to the shortstop. Play is made, 2 down. Avery Chucka, the freshman, with a nice put out there for the Hayward Hurricanes, 2 down. And that'll bring up the top of the order for the Raiders, the pitcher, Martha Miller. Miller 0 for 2 so far with a strikeout and a ground out. And the pitch from Springer comes in. Little high, ball one. Not very often you see Miller in an 0-2 hole so far to start her game off. And a pitch from Springer, and that ball is going to be fouled back over the concession stand, and the count will even out at 1-1. Glad everyone is able to join us here through Sports on Focus. If you have a comment on my ability to commentate this game, don't hesitate to drop in the comments. Let me know how I'm doing. First play-by-play in several months, and the pitch from Springer comes in high, swing and a miss for Miller, and the count will go 1-2. Riley Springer looking to finish the inning. Sophomore pitcher battle so far between these two athletes. Pitch is high, and the count will go back to even at 2-2. I didn't get any info pregame, but I'm not sure if Riley Springer does any traveling baseball herself, as Martha Miller does. But the pitch comes in, and Miller stays alive, and she follows it way back out into the parking lot. Nearly hit one of the vehicles that were parked. That was very close. So Miller staying alive here, looking to keep the inning alive for the Raiders. Raiders scored 3 of their 4 runs in the second. Miller will dig in, and the pitch from Springer comes. A little nibbler down to the left field line, but the third baseman, Bergschneider, couldn't quite get there. And that will be a foul ball. Stays alive for Martha Miller. Two and two. The pitch from comes in, and that breaking ball is right in the inside corner for a strike. Very close to being inside enough to bring it a full count, but enough for the ump to call that a strikeout, and that'll be the 3rd out and the end of the inning. So going into the top of the 5th, coming up for the Hayward Hurricanes, we have Maddie Bergschneider, Bria Lunston, and Avery Chucka. Medford 4, Hayward 1. Stay with us.
If your path to achieving your hopes and dreams is less than clear, Meyer & Associates provides the direction and guidance that helps put things into focus. We provide financial advice and customized solutions that help take the uncertainty out of your dreams for today and the future.
We can work together to make an honest assessment, understand your options, commit to a plan, live life brilliantly. Our team is here to help.
Welcome back, Sports on Focus. Fast-paced game so far. Usually we always have enough time for at least 2 ads in our commercial break, but we're fast-paced game. So far, Medford up 4-1 in this WIAA regional final softball game. So far, still an update, 2-0 still for the Medford Raiders boys baseball team. Aiden Gardner and Nate Ruderath both with RBI singles to make the score 2-0.
Here we got Merrill on top of Antigo, 3-1 in the top of the 4th.
3-1 Merrill over Antigo for softball. The winner of that game will play the winner of this game. for the sectional semifinal. Now leading off for the Hayward Hurricanes is the third baseman, Betty Bergschneider, the freshman. Martha Miller looking to dig in again for the Raiders. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1 on the count. Four freshmen on this Hayward Hurricane roster, 3 of them start. And a drag bunt is unsuccessful. That'll be a second strike, and a wild throw there by Allie Wesley. Oh and 2 the count so far. Hopefully my stats are as official as they can be. I'm not quite sure. Doing the book by hand, it's not very often I do that. Usually we have an iPad to keep track of stats. And the pitch is in there from Miller. Strike 3 call. And that'll be the first out. So Bergschneider goes down on strikes. Brings up the center fielder, Bria Lunston. One of 5 seniors on the Hurricanes roster. Her last at bat, she had a fielder's choice. She tries bunting, foul tips it back, strike 1. And the pitch from Miller comes in, showing bunt. Pitch is low, but that's a strike. Ball, bat out in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 strikeouts so far for Martha Miller in this one. And she hits double digits again in that stat. And the pitch from Miller comes in, pitch is high, and that'll bring the count to 1-2. So far, I've got 4 hits for the Raiders today so far. 3 coming in for Hayward, both teams with 1 error. And the pitch from Miller comes in, right down the middle for a strike, strike 3, and that'll bring the second out. So another strikeout for Martha Miller, and that'll bring up the top of the order for Hayward again. In the shortstop, Avery Chukka.
Back up leadoff, number 7, Avery Chukka.
So Chukka will dig in. Miller looking to close this inning out again. And the pitch from Martha Miller comes in, tapped back, foul ball. 0-1 in the count so far for Martha Miller. Avery Chukka, one of the 3 freshmen that are in the starting lineup for Hayward, a younger team like the Raiders that are led by underclassmen mostly. Only 3 seniors for Medford, 5 to Hayward. And the pitch, ooh, close enough almost, but it'll be a little bit high for a ball, 1-1. Medford up 4-1 in this one. Winner takes on Merrill or Anago, the winner of that game. And a pitch from Miller. And that'll be in the inside corner for a strike, 1-2. If Hayward were to beat Medford this one, they would go to the winner of Merrill or Anago. It would be a away game for them. If Medford wins, it'll be a home game for them on Monday versus the winner of Merrill or Anago. And the windup for Martha Miller, and that'll be inside. Brings the count even at 2-2. So 2-2, 2 outs. Avery Chukka looking to at least keep things alive on the offensive end for Hayward. And the pitch from Miller, just outside, and that's going to bring the count full. So tough pinch here for Chukka. Have to be precise in this one to keep the inning going. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will be the end of the inning. So another strikeout for Martha Miller, and that will close things off for Hayward for this one. Coming up bottom of the 5th, we have Paulson, Klapatuskas, Klausnitzer due up after this. Welcome back here. Matt Wenzel here through Sports on Focus, bringing you WIAA Regional Final Softball. Just trying to get our scoreboard back up.
All right, looks like some runs coming here for the Raiders. Leading us off, Allie Polson.
And we'll get that fixed hopefully shortly, but we'll lead off here. Bottom of the fifth, Allie Paulson will lead things off here for the Raiders. And the pitch from Springer comes in. And that'll be ahead of the count for Paulson, 1-0. And the pitch for Springer comes in, bunt. Paulson down the first base line. The play from Bergschneider is not in time. And that'll be a hit for Allie Paulson to start things off. So Allie Paulson now 2 for 3 for this one, as she is on base for a second time. Larissa Klapatuskas will be up next, looking to drive in that next run. The pitch from Springer, Klapatuskas shows bunt, but that will fall back for a foul ball. Apologize for our scoreboard graphics suddenly disappearing. There we go. Pitch from Springer comes in, pitch is high, and that'll bring the 1-1. Klapatuskas certainly with power, 3 home runs in about the last 2 or 3 weeks. And the pitch is in there. Klapatuskas drills it to right field, and that'll play is made by the right fielder Kate Boss for out number 1. So nice play by the freshman out there in right field, 1 down, and that'll bring up the third baseman Delaney Klausnitzer. Klausnitzer walked her last at bat, got us all the way to third. Couldn't quite get into home for a run. And the pitch from Springer comes in, chopped onto the first baseman Springer, but she can't get it, and Klausnitzer's gonna be there. And that, as good of a play that was, you'd probably give it an error because it should have been a play. So that error will go on the first baseman for Hayward. Kennedy Springer, the senior.
Now batting, Morgan Higley.
So runners at first and second for the Raiders. Klausnitzer first, Paulson at second, and that brings up Morgan Higley. The pitch from Springer. Higley shows bunt down the third base line, but that will go foul ball. Higley so far 1 for 2. She bunted for a hit her last at bat, and then in the second inning she grounded out. 0-1 here the count, and the pitch from Springer goes. Higley shows bunt. Nice bunt down the third baseline to Bergschneider, but she's gonna overthrow her third baseman, and it gets past Owen. And Paulson's gonna hold back. She could not tell. I think Coach Byrne couldn't tell. The left fielder there, Ali Zawistowski, was not too far for the backup. Paulson probably could have made it to home, but she played it safe to stay back. So there'll be another hit for the Raiders as Higley gets on with the bunt, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Michaela Ulrich. Pitch from Springer comes in, bunt shows, pulls it back. Ball 1. It was an interesting sequence, that's for sure. Medford certainly could have got a run, but obviously could have been thrown out at home as well. And the pitch. Bunt there for Ulrich there. Springer's going to throw it to home, and they're going to get the play at home base. So Paulson will be out at first. Fielder's choice for Ulrich. Bases are still loaded, but we have 2 outs, and that'll bring up Rin Rush, the left fielder. So Rin Rush could be a big play here for the Raiders. And the pitch. And Rin Rush is going to foul that back down the first baseline to the fence. And that'll be an 0-1 count. Rin Rush so far 1 for 2, struck out her last at-bat. Walked her first at-bat. Got the second on a sleeping Hayward Hurricane defense and eventually scored off Katie Brame's second inning double. And the pitch from Springer comes in, breaking ball. It's gonna be a little bit high and the count will even at 1-1. Certainly is a big at bat here. Now if you're Medford, you don't want to leave runners on base. But the pitch from Springer will come in. Up the middle, knocked down by Springer. She's gonna make the play at first, but it's late. 1 run comes home, 2 run comes home. And Medford takes the 5-run lead. Nice play from Rin Rush to beat out the throw. Higley and Klausnitzer will score. So 6-1 Raiders. Runners now at the opposite corners. To get everything caught up here. Katie Brame now up. She shows bunt, pulls it back inside. Oh, and Rin Rush will steal second. Little hesitation from the catcher Doyle. Not sure if she was going to make that play or not. And the pitch, Brame shoots it down the right foul ball line, and that'll go to the fence, foul ball.
Keep battling now, Hayward. Keep battling here, girls.
And the pitch comes in for Brame, swing and a miss. Counts at 1-2. Springer looking to finish this inning off with Brame. Pitches in there, inside corner, strike 3 called on Katie Brame, and that will end the inning. So 2 runners left on that inning for the Raiders, but they get 2 runs. With that being said, we'll take a short break here. Coming to the top of the 6th, due next up is Soile Doyle, Riley Springer, and Kennedy Springer when we come back.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
First date? We get it. Extra snacks? We get it. Big purchase? We get it. Spend your money your way with a checking account from Prevail Bank.
All right, welcome back here. Matt Wenzel through Sports on Focus. Top of the 6th now here. Medford looking to close this one off to win the regional final here over Hayward. First up the bat will be the senior catcher for Hayward, Soile Doyle. She's 0 for 2 so far with 2 strikeouts. A little dribbler up to the pitcher, Martha Miller. She'll make the play at first, 1 out. So Doyle will ground out to Martha Miller to start things off, and that'll bring up Riley Springer, who doubled. Eventually then turned into the first run for Hayward.
Riley Springer.
And the first pitch from Martha Miller. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Springer 1 for 2, 1 strikeout, and then that double. And she's gonna drill one to left field, right to Rin Rush, and the play is made. 2 down. Apologize for my late camera appearance. I'm behind on that. They're having some headphone issues with me right now, which certainly will not interrupt our broadcast. So 2 down, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Kennedy Springer, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch is there. Little low, ball 1.
Kennedy Springer.
Kennedy Springer, the older sister of pitcher Riley Springer. Springer will dig in. The pitch from Miller comes in. High, ball 2. 2-0 the count so far for Martha Miller. Looking to get this game finished off for the Raiders, and the Raiders advance to the regional finals. And the pitch from Miller comes in. That'll catch the inside corner for a strike. 2-1 the count so far. 2 outs. The pitch from Miller comes in, just in the outside corner. 3-1 is the count. And the pitch from Miller comes in. Ooh, it's gonna hit Springer. And she will take first base, and there'll be a runner on for the Hurricanes. So Kennedy Springer will take first base on a hit by pitch. Coach Byrne just kind of making things are going accordingly out there. Coach Byrne's going to just kind of check things in. With Allie Wesley.
Now batting number 6, Alexis Miller.
So up now for Hayward is the second baseman, Alexis Miller. So far she's 1 for 2, I should say. Struck out her last at bat. Got a bunt hit in the second inning to get on base. The pitch from Martha Miller comes in, high, ball 1. Well, 12 after 6 right now. Very fast-paced game. Time in between innings has been reduced, and the pitch and fouled back from Alexis Miller back into the parking lot. It will be 1-1. Strikeouts so far for Martha Miller. Looking to make 14 here with Alexis Miller. If she can finish off the at-bat. Pitch is there. And that's going to be a little low, ball 2. Looked close. Definitely was hittable, but not quite in the comfort zone for our umpire. So 2-1. The pitch from Martha Miller comes in. It's just a little pop-up, but it's going to go backwards, and that's going to be a foul ball. And that'll even the count at 2-2. The 2-2, 2 outs. Medford holding a 6-1 lead over Hayward. Winner gets the winner of the Merrill Blue Jays Anago Red Robins, which Medford has certainly took care of them both in the regular season. And the pitch from Martha Miller comes in, and that pitch is going to hit the inside corner, strike 3, and that will end the inning. So Martha Miller with her 14th strikeout so far. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have, for Medford, we will have Allie Wesley, Martha Miller, and Allie Paulson due up next.
How do you know your business is properly insured? Clinner Insurance Agents are your focused local insurance experts for commercial insurance. At Clinner Insurance, protecting your business is our top priority.
Clinner Insurance.
You don't have to postpone feeling your best. Aspirus has all the right protective measures in place, so there's no need to delay important screenings and procedures. Visit aspirus.org to schedule today. Because we love, we lead. Aspirus.
Alrighty, welcome back. Just getting a few statistical details updated. Bottom 6 here, Medford hoping to be, this will be their last at bat. Hopefully they can finish things off in the top of the 7th. It was a defensive battle, at least in the first inning. Now there was a little bit of a hype for pitcher Riley Springer, only a sophomore, but she's had some solid numbers this year. So by the looks of it, it looked like it could have been a defensive battle, low-scoring game. And then Medford broke open 3 runs in the bottom of the 2nd to get things going. And first off will be Allie Wesley. Show bunt, she pulls it back. Pitch from Springer is high, ball 1. Allie Wesley does the catching duties for the Raiders. She'll take the next pitch, and she follows that one back from Springer, and that will even the count. So 1-1 now for Wesley. Swing and a miss there from Wesley, and that'll bring the count 1-2. Now Riley Springer has pitched all 6, or at least all 5 innings so far for Hayward. Now, may have given up 6 runs, but she has actually effectively pitched well for Hayward, and the pitch from Springer comes in. Driller down the third base line, but that's going to be foul ball, and the at-bat stays alive for Wesley. So far this game, 1, 2, 3. I think it's 7 strikeouts so far for Springer. So not too bad for the sophomore pitcher. Then the pitch comes in. Ooh, breaking ball way inside, and that will even the count at 2-2. Coach Ron Fisk there at first base, motivating Allie. Very verbal, Coach Fisk is, and the pitch from Springer comes in. Wesley rips it, but right directly to the second baseman, Lexus Miller, for out number 1. Good job putting the bat on the ball for Allie Wesley, but better defensive play for Lexus Miller. And that'll bring up the top of the order with pitcher Martha Miller. Miller 0 for 3 so far, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Looking to get on base for the first time this game. And the pitch for Springer comes in, showing bunt is Miller. Perfect bunt, and that's a hit for Martha Miller. Her on base for the first time this game. Bergschneider could not come up with it. And Medford has their first base runner this inning. Will bring up Allie Paulson, the shortstop. So Martha Miller will get on base for the first time this game with a beautiful bunt down the third base line. Bergschneider couldn't quite handle it. Paulson looking to keep the inning going for the Raiders. She shows bunt, pulls it back. Ball's inside for their first ball, 1-0 count. Paulson will dig in here, and the pitch from Springer will come in. Bunt, hit and run. And the play is made at first for the first outfielder's choice for Allie Paulson, but will get Miller to second base. So it'll be the second out for the Raiders. That'll bring up Larissa Klapatuskas, who's 0 for 3 so far. Klapatuskas drills it over to the third baseman, Bergschneider, and she's going to drive in Martha Miller, and that's going to be a RBI double, 2-out RBI double for Larissa Klapatuskas. 7-1 Medford. And that brings up the third baseman, Delaney Klausnitzer. And the pitch is in there, strike 1. Springer will look to dish. And the pitch. Breaking ball is high, and that'll even the count at 1-1. So nice little 2-out damage for the Raiders here by Larissa Klapatuskas. Got her first hit of the game, and the pitch from Springer comes in, and that pitch, a fastball right in there for a strike. So Klausnitzer here behind the count, looking to keep the inning alive and hopefully a defensive hold for the Raiders. And the pitch from Springer comes in. Swing and a miss for Klausnitzer, and that will end the inning. Top of the 7th coming up. Final at bat for Hayward. Medford hoping to hold on. Hayward due up for Hayward, Zawistowski, Boss, and Bergschneider when we come back.
6th inning.
All right, welcome back. Top of the 7th. Medford looking to get just the 3 outs to finish this one off and claim a regional final championship over the Hayward Hurricanes. I was getting our computer figured out. I didn't quite catch the Merrill Anago score update from PA announcer Dan Miller. Right now, over at the Raider Field for Medford baseball, it's 2-1 Medford over Bloomer in the top of the 6th.
Number 13, Allie Zawistowski.
So a close game for the Medford boys baseball team. Bloomer got by Mosinee last night 2-1. And now up Allie Zawistowski for Medford. Martha Miller looking to hold things off here for the Raiders. First pitch is fired in for Miller. Low, ball 1. Zawistowski, a junior, left fielder. Certainly like to keep the season going for Hayward here. And the pitch for Miller comes in. Swing off the mask of Allie Wesley. Foul ball. And that'll even the count at 1-1. Actually not sure if it actually hit the mask of Wesley or our umpire. So 1-1 for Allie Zawistowski. She got on base her last at bat. And that pitch is right down the middle for a strike. 1-2 the count. Zawistowski got hit by a pitcher last at bat. So she's 0-1 so far. Pitches in. Zawistowski drills it to second base, but it gets by Fawd. And there's going to be probably an error on that play. And Zawistowski will reach first. So an extra life here for Hayward, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Kate Boss, who so far is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Hayward dugout looking to pump up Kate Boss here to keep things going. Bunt, but fouled back. Off Wesley, 0-1.
Kate Boss now batting.
So Kate Boss looking to keep things going. Zawistowski on first base. Pitch from Miller comes in. Bunts it. It's just a little pop-up. Oh, Wesley can't get it. It's going to stay at first. Throw is late. Zawistowski's at second. And Kate Boss is going to get a hit to keep things going for Hayward. So Kate Boss will get on for the first time this game. The bunt single. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Maddie Bergschneider, one of the 3 freshmen in the starting lineup for the Hurricanes. So Hayward with a early rally here so far. And the pitch from Miller comes. She's going to bunt it ahead, though. Miller's going to field it, throw to third, and it's going to be, oh, they called her out. Oh. And Coach Zawistowski is not happy with that. She thought that Allie Zawistowski was safe. I think they're going to try to appeal it to our home plate umpire. Oh, Hayward's Julie Zawistowski, the Hayward head coach, not happy with that. And I apologize for not getting my camera in there on time. I trying to get things figured out. So our umpires are currently going to talk about it here. Martha Miller fielded the bunted play there from Bergschneider through to first. It could have been close either way. And that play will hold, and it will be the first out for the Raiders. Raiders 2 outs away from getting the regional final championship. And actually, we got a pinch hitter here. It'll be number 18, Michaela Cadat for Bria Lunston. And our umpire is just currently getting our lineup changes figured out, as am I. It's Michaela Cadat, the sophomore. And our scoreboard just went out, the field one. And the pitch is low, and that will be a ball. So not sure what happened to our field scoreboard. So I have to take my best judgment. Usually, sometimes as on focus, we go after that count. And a big swing and a miss by Cadat. That'll be strike one. Runners on first and second. You have Kate Boss at second, Maddie Bergschneider at first base. Cadat looking to drive some runs in. And the pitch. And that pitch is down for a strike, 1-2. Count 1-2, 1 out. Martha Miller looking for her 15th strikeout this game. And the pitch inside for a ball. And the count evens out at 2-2. As our field scoreboard, it's readjusted, also run by our PA announcer, Dan Miller. And the pitch, Cadat fouls it back, keeps the at-bat alive. Cadat only a sophomore. There is also a Callista Cadat on the roster who's a senior. I would assume that's either her sister or cousin. So Michaela trying to help keep the Hayward season alive here. And the pitch from Miller. Swing and a miss by Cadat. Throw it on the first. And that's going to be safe. Not quite the double play. Good throw by Allie Wesley, but just not in time. And that'll be 2 outs. And that's going to be up to the top of the order now. And freshman Avery Chukka. She's 0 for 3 so far with 2 strikeouts and a fielder's choice. So Miller will look to end things here. The pitch, Chukwa past the second baseman, Hope Fought, and that's going to be a hit. And Kate Boss is going to come home. She's going to have a run. And that's going to be an 2-out RBI single for Avery Chukka to keep things alive for the Hayward Hurricanes. Bergschneider will advance to third base on that. Kate Boss scores, and it's now 7-2 Medford. So that'll bring up Soli Doyle. Soli Doyle, I should say. The catcher, senior for Hayward. She shows bunt, pulls it back, steals second. Throw from Wesley is late, but that's going to bring home Bergschneider. And that's going to be another run for Hayward. So Chukka steals second, and Bergschneider gets home, and another run for the Hurricanes. And the pitch from Martha Miller, swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. For Soleil Doyle. Medford one strike away from a regional final championship. And the pitch for Miller, just high. Count goes 1-2. Senior Soleil Doyle trying to keep things alive for Hayward to bring up Riley Springer, who has a double. Doubled in a run in the 4th inning. Hit down to the third baseman. The closet to the play is made, and that's your ball game. The Medford Raiders are the WIAA Regional Finals champions. 7-3 Medford win over the Hayward Hurricanes. Nice season for Hayward, 16-7 final record. Young team that looks to compete here in the WIAA playoffs for the next at least couple years. We're going to kind of keep it here. We're going to get some interviews after the game with at least Coach Burnt and a player to be named.
Just an update as well, we will have sectional action here next Monday against the winner of...
So that does guarantee a home field spot for the Medford Raiders. They will face the winner of the Merrill Blue Jays or Anago Red Robins. That game will be on Monday here at the home field for Raider softball. So we get things up, got to determine who's going to be our player of the game. Morgan Higley so far went 2 for 3. She's made an impact so far for the Medford offense. Of course, Martha Miller has 14 strikeouts in the circle. Good sportsmanship here for Hayward from our Medford fans. And new Medford Athletic Director Ryan Pilgrim will present the plaque for the Medford Raiders. To Coach Virgil Burnt. So congratulations to the 2021 Medford Raiders softball team for clinching the WIAA Regional Finals champions.
Thanks, Hayward Hurricanes, for a great game, great battle there in the end. Nice job, everybody. Thanks a lot, spectators.
So great to see Medford pulling that off and keeping their season alive. Stay here with us. We're going to keep this here, and we're going to get some stuff lined up, and hopefully we're going to get some interviews. An interview with Coach Burnt, and I think we're going to try to get an interview, we'll probably, with one player to be named here very shortly. I gotta get this good. So Ren will come closer here. Okay, well, yes, that's fine. Sorry about that. It's fine. Okay. All right, we'll start again. So Matt Wenzel here, Sports on Focus, with their player of the game, Rin Rush. Rin, we are regional finals champions. It's been interesting following you guys from the start of the season until now. I mean, what's it like? What's like the thoughts going through your head right now that you guys have started this season and now where you've come right now?
It feels pretty good. It's been so many years since we've been here, and just with having a young team and stuff, it feels pretty good.
2 for 3. You had your walk in the second inning. You caught the Riley. I forgot her last name there. Springer, good pitcher, sophomore. You caught her sleeping, and you ended up getting that extra base. What are some of those plays like that you and all your teammates do that they make a big deal? They make a big difference. What is it like that Coach Byrne when he teaches you that stuff?
Well, we know it. That can make like a difference between winning and losing. Those runs matter. The stealing bases.
Yep. And then of course you had your hit there in the 5th inning. I think if I get it right. Yep. What's this group all together? You guys have been in multiple sports for so long. I mean, now you're a junior, and you've obviously got 3 seniors, and you've got several underclassmen. Like, what have you all accomplished so far? It's just like as a group, you guys have come through so much.
I mean, with like last year, we didn't have a season, so playing all together, this was our first time ever playing together. So we're really working together as a team very good.
Awesome. Hey, but congratulations again. Let's see hopefully who you play on Monday between Merrill and Antigo, which we'll probably have that game here. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Hopefully you have a fun time celebrating with your teammates.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll be right back with Coach Byrne. Thanks, Ren.
It's my son.
Oh, you have a son? Hi, nice to meet you.
I have 4.
All right, we'll come up one step closer yet.
All right.
Okay. All right, Matt Wenzel from Sports on Focus here with Coach Virgil Byrne. Coach, congratulations for winning the regional final.
Thank you.
Here against Hayward. What did you guys see at Hayward when you came into this game, though?
We knew the pitching was going to be solid. We knew we'd have to get the ball in play. Got to scratch some runs out, and that's what we did tonight. We were able to get the bunts down.
Yep, I see, like yourselves, they got some youth on their team, so they might be a competitive team you might see down the road in the future. Is that something that I think is a difference for a team like yourselves, having that youth kind of blended in with that experience?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. That's a very nice team. We will see them next year.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So, Merrill or Antigo? Obviously, we don't know quite that one yet, but it looks like Merrill's... So, I believe Merrill was up in that one, 5-3.
Sure.
So, either Merrill or Antigo, whether opponent you face, it's going to be probably the same battle.
Yeah, I think so. You know, I told the girls too, it doesn't matter who comes. We just got to play our game.
Right.
We got to get some runs, we got to get the ball in play, and we got to play defense. So we know Antigo. Merrill we haven't seen yet this year, but I know they're a solid team. So.
Sure they did. Basically pretty balanced. I think you guys had 7 or 8 stats according to my unofficial book, but you guys were pretty balanced in the lineup. Martha had 14 Ks, in the circle. A couple girls, 1 or 2 hits. Your bunting has been very strategic though for your guys' game plan.
Yeah,
it's been very impactful for your success.
Yep.
But otherwise, congratulations, Coach Burnt, on a regional final win, and we'll see you Monday for whoever we face, Merrill or Anago.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Take it easy, Coach.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks. This is Matt Wenzel through Sports on Focus. Stay with us through our broadcast Monday when we come through sectional semifinals between either Merrill or Anago. One of the two we'll see. With that being said, again, Matt Wenzel through Sports on Focus, and we'll see you Monday here again.